What do you want to be known by? What's that identifier that kind of tags along next to your name? That's an interesting thought for me. Are you a gamer? Are you a weightlifter? Are you the guy that's really good at pull-ups? Are you that fat guy down the street? Are you that guy that played professional basketball? Are you that guy that has a lawnmower business? Are you that guy that has a air conditioning business? Like, these identifiers matter to me. Obviously, the people in your immediate life, in that kind of intimate circle of people around you, your family, your close friends, they know everything about you. They know where you went to school, what sports you played, what you were good at, what teams you like, what players you like. They know a lot of these things about you. So there's not an identifier for them. There's your Ivan, like, or your whoever your name is. It's like a lot of things come to mind when you think about Ivan for people that are in my life. It's not just the squat every day. The funniest thing is, the people in my life, they don't identify me as the squat everyday guy. They identify me for other things. You know what I mean? Like, it's my internet persona is this squat everyday guy who's squatted 1,000,000 days in a row, and that's him. But for the people in my life, like the really intimate, like my brother and my best friends and my wife, my kids, they know me by other things, more important things. But I always think about that thing, that identifier that I kind of get identified by in that second or third or fourth circle of people. That's third or fourth separation of people, right? So, oh yeah, that Ivan guy, I played basketball with him, man. He was that Serbian dude that was really good at three-point shooting. That's my identifier. I'm the Serbian three-point shooter. Or my high school people that I once upon a time went to school with them, and then that's the guy that used to carry the basketball around. He's the basketballer. What identifier do you want to have? Like, what do you want people to know you by? I've always kind of looked at that, and I wanted that to be a thing for me. Not to say that I care about what people think about me, because I let go of that idea a long time ago. I don't really care for criticisms. A lot of people ask me, they've kind of worked out that I've got this YouTube channel now. It's becoming a little bit more known now than a year ago. So people ask me, don't you get afraid of the trolls? So people tell you you're a loser, you're ugly, or whatever. And I don't know, like, I've tried to explain to people, like, genuinely why I don't care. But then it kind of occurs to me in those conversations that there's a lot of people out there that actually get affected by other people's tough criticisms. For me, man, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I completely let that go. Let that idea go. It probably started when my son was born. Because seeing him for the first time in my life, I was like, and this is a powerful moment. This little guy here is my focus now. Like, he's everything, man. I don't care about anything else. It's about him. And that kind of planted the seed for this evolution of thinking, and basically not giving a crap about people that hate me, or people that want to hate me, or people that want to step on my shoulders. So I've kind of completely let go of that idea. I don't care. But I do care about the identifier, right? Because if you do something long enough, if you get good at something, well enough, you're going to get known by that in that second or third or fourth kind of tier of people that you don't even know, right? So you might be that guy that's like, I don't know, I went to uni with a guy whose friend was like amazing. He was like top 10 in Call of Duty. So that, like, I think his name was Sam. I'm just telling you a story, right? I don't know any of these people, but I want to tell you that, like, is Sam proud to be a Call of Duty master? Is that something that he's proud of? I'm not saying that you shouldn't be proud of being a gamer. Like, everyone's got a different thing, a different calling in life. But for me, I always think to myself, if you spend enough time doing a certain thing, you're going to get identified by that thing, right? I squat every day for 777 days in a row. This guy's crazy, man. He's dedicated. He's disciplined. He's a squat everyday guy. He might not be the strongest guy in the world, and his program might be completely shit, but he squats every day. I know squat everyday guy. I'm proud of that. Okay, I'm proud of that. What I wouldn't be proud of is that guy down the street that drinks a lot and doesn't take care of his front yard. That's something I wouldn't be proud of. Or I don't want to be a frequent flyer in an emergency department. He always rocks up every Saturday night, always drunk. He's always drunk. blah, 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 blah. He's a frequent flyer at an emergency department for the wrong reasons. Don't want to be that guy. So I've always kind of been mindful of how I want the universe to view me. And basically came to my mind that really the universe, or the people that don't know you, are going to place an identifier that's going to basically be whatever you do most, right? If you spend a lot of time drinking alcohol, man, the world's going to remember you as the guy that's drunk, always freaking drunk. If you squat 770 days, 7 days in a row, the world's going to probably know you, that guy that loved freaking squatting. He squatted every single day for more than 2 years, right? So it's kind of like you control your fate. You control your, not fate, but you control your legacy, I want to say. What are you going to be known for? Or even like, you know, my kid's going to have a kid and whatever, like 3, 4, 5 generations down, somebody in the family is going to be like, yeah, there was a guy in this freaking family, man. His name was Ivan, man. He's like a great grandfather. He loved squatting, man. He squatted every day and he freaking documented this thing, and you can still watch it, or maybe the freaking internet's going to crash by then, whoever. But they're going to know about a guy in the family who squatted a lot. To me, that is sick, man. Screw the YouTube thing, screw the notoriety. I just want to be known kind of in the grapevine. There was a guy in the family that did a lot of weights. Like for instance, like my grandfather. I moved away from Croatia, Serbia after that war. I basically last saw him when I was 9.5. You know, he passed away when I was basically, how old was I when he passed away? Probably 19 years old, I want to say. 20 years old, something along those lines. Like 2000, yeah. So my grandfather passed away then. We were here, he was over there, he got sick, he passed away. So I've known him for 9 years, and out of those 9 years, maybe I was conscious. What do kids know at 3 years old, 4 years old? Maybe from 5 to 9 years old. So for 4 years, I remember seeing my grandfather, how he was and how he talked, how he went about things, what his thing was. Like as much as a 9-year-old kid can kind of take in, that's how I remember him. One story that I remember him most by was that he was a team leader, he was a family man, and he always wanted to gather all of his family around for dinner, for gatherings. He loved family. He loved everyone around him. That's one thing that I remember about him. The other thing, which is kind of cooler to a boy, somebody that maybe is not a man, but somebody's growing up into a man, I remember hearing stories about Grandpa being a boxer. And he had a couple of semi-professional fights. So he was a boxer. And that's the reason why his nose is all crunched up and deviated septum and all of that stuff. He always had trouble breathing. And I remember him sitting in front of the TV with his kind of arm on the armrest of the sofa, and he was always kind of like pinching his nose up, not pinching, but like lifting his nose up with his thumb, you know, to breathe, because he was always collapsing. And you know, those days there was no freaking surgery or anything, so he had his nose busted in training or fight or whatever, and he always had this like weird nose. But I used to think to myself, my grandfather was a boxer. How sick is that? He was into fitness. He was a fighter. And there were stories around him getting to fist fights like in pubs and whatever. And, you know, I took a liking to him even after he passed away. I kept thinking about him, what a legacy he left, right? That's a cool thing, man. That's something that, I don't know, I think he would be proud of. He was a sportsman to some degree. And his grandkids still talk about him long time after he's left this world. So I think about these type of things and I'm like, what do I want to be known by? Do I want to be known by nursing? Oh, Ivan, he was that dude that finished nursing and spent 40 years in the game. That's not too bad, but I'm not all that proud of that. Like, I don't want that to be the only thing I'm known for. I'm much more proud of, he's that guy, man. He loved squatting. He squatted all the time. He had a 300 kilo ATG squat. Full natty, no gear, nothing, bang. Or even a 250 ATG squat. It was perfect. He was all the way down and up and great form. I remember that guy, man. I remember him. I saw him once on the internet, him squatting. I remember him talking about squatting the proper way and not shaving depth and whatever. That's kind of what I stand for, and that's what I want people to know me by. I don't want to be that guy. I mean, like, again, you might want to be, but I don't want to be that guy that's kind of like, he's that gamer. Like, for me, I would be proud of that, to be the guy who's, everyone knows him as the guy that spends 20 hours a day playing video games. Like, I love playing video games. Don't get me wrong, man. I love playing Skyrim and FIFA and whatever. But I don't want that to be my identifier. I don't want my kids, my grandkids, my great-great-grandkids to be like, oh yeah, I remember my grandpa, he played a lot of video games. He was that gamer, man. He could pump 20 goals in FIFA and he had like the greatest character in Skyrim. Like, I don't mind them knowing that I played video games, but I don't want that to be the defining feature of my freaking life, man. I don't want that to be it, man. So it goes to show you that like these type of thoughts really precipitate the ideas of who you are as a human being. What do you want the universe to remember you by or to know you by? I remember like when you speak to people, like your life moves away from the childhood kind of years. I played a lot of basketball, played for a few clubs here in Adelaide. And you bump into people and people speak to people and whatever. And eventually you bump into some of these guys and they're like, oh yeah, do you remember that guy? I remember like, oh, what was his name? Yeah, he played for that team. And he was like, oh, I bumped into him. And he said, yeah, he knows that Serbian guy that played for the team. So that's kind of my tag, the Serbian dude. And it's funny because like that's kind of the most profound thing that they remember me by. The Serbian guy that wore Pages Stojakovic jerseys and Divas jerseys all the time to the training sessions and games. I mean, that's not like I'm not proud of that. I'm proud that I'm Serbian, whatever, but I would be much more proud if the guy said, oh yeah, man, that guy that dropped 60 on us. Oh, that Ivan guy? Yeah, he dropped 60 on us that game in the finals. Like, I want to fight for the 60 game thing. That's what I want, not just a generic Serbian dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think about some of these thoughts and that kind of feeds me kind of long term. You know, that's kind of how I think about these things. And you know, a lot of you guys ask me what motivates you, what kind of gets you going. Like, I don't want to say that I think about this particular thing every single day, but I think about kind of the long-standing things, man. I've mentioned to you guys about the whole gravestone thing and how that motivates me, seeing my loved ones in a grave when I go see them at the cemetery. I see this thing and I'm like, they lived for X amount of years and one day I'm going to end up in the ground as well. And do I have time to waste? Do I really have time to waste? You know what I mean? Like, I got to squat every day, man. I might not get gains every single day, but I want to be here in the vicinity of the barbell and an atom might come off the damn weights and hit me in the head and that's going to cause a chain reaction and I might come up with the greatest idea of all time. But if I wasn't in that frame of mind and I wasn't in the damn circle of training, maybe like if I was playing video games, I would have never crossed my mind to think about bench press and squatting and deadlifting, right? So that's kind of what I think about. I want to surround myself with the thing that I want the universe to remember me by. The damn weights. That's what I want to be, man. Or there's all these many different identifiers and people like my wife and my kids and my best friends and family and all that. They know me for many, many different things. They know a whole freaking textbook full of identifiers. And I'm happy about that. But that next kind of like third or fourth, fifth, what is the one thing that comes up? Yeah, we're all fathers and we're all mothers and we're all friends and we're all sons and daughters and whatever. I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh yeah, he's that guy. He's that brother of a brother of a brother. Squat every day guy, man. I know that dude. Another great response from you guys. I want to read some more names. Yesterday I ended the list with Arturo. Now I've got Matt K, Christoph, Sally McLaughlin. I think I'm saying that name correctly. Sorry if I'm not. Brian Van Beek. I think there's no more names after that. I can't see it from this recording voiceover little tag that kind of pops up on the screen. It's really annoying, but hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Guys, once again, thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot. It's really overwhelming to see all these names pop up day in, day out. Every morning I get up and I see the list, go to Patreon to see whether there's any messages, and I see the list growing, and it's just, I turn to my wife and I'm like, I have no idea, man. These people are going out of the way to support me. It's an absolute astonishing feeling. This is what kind of motivates me to make more of these talking videos. The response, it's not so much that you have to be on Patreon that kind of motivates me. It's not just that, it's the comments. Like, you guys comment and we talk about certain things and it kind of sparks my mind, and then these ideas pop up. So I'm really kind of reacting from the things that I read in the comments. So I would dare say if I didn't read the comments and I didn't read some of your thoughts, I wouldn't have as many kind of ideas. So like we talk, I see your comments, and I try to get to all the comments, as you guys know. and then like the comment kind of challenges my thinking, and then I run off in my brain, kind of think about that particular topic, and then that's how I come up with the topics of these videos. That's literally how it happens. So thank you for the support, thank you for the comments, thank you for the Patreon support. It means the world to me, man. It's making this a dream come true. I can't believe I'm in this position. And every day is a reminder. Every day more and more people come up to support me. So I literally feel like I've hit the lotto. Appreciate you guys on the list and also in the comments on the YouTube videos. If you made it to the end of this video, then you're an OG, man. You are somebody that really supports me. So I want to thank you guys for making it to the end of the video, because there's only, I don't think everyone that watches videos makes it to the end, but if you have made it to the end, I really appreciate you. Thank you for the support, and thank you for your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.